Sheldon, in terms of losing a bunch of key players near the end of the game and going down to two defensemen and a whole bunch of other things, what do you like best about your team's effort tonight?
Well, just so we stuck with it and found a way to win. We played, the entire game without Rosen. Obviously, he had two shifts for us at the start of the game there, and then we lose him. He means so much to our team, first of all, but you're just now asking so much more of all of the defensemen. So those guys really battled here today, and then you lose Borgman, Jardine gets in a fight, and you've got all sorts of things happening, and then of course all the incidents there at the end of the game. So a lot of different challenges today that we had to face, and we faced it head on and found a way to win a very tough, very physical hockey game. So really good for our team.
A couple of the guys mentioned that they felt a different chemistry on this team, sticking up for one another, not even with a fight, just outside of the rink as well. What do you say to the guys who say, the team's really starting to come together now?
Well, I think there's something to that. I think that we've made some changes to our group, obviously, and I think those that have come have taken a little bit of time to adjust, and probably still in that adjustment period a little bit, but I think the mix is very good and very positive, and I think as you see our play on the ice improving, I think that's no coincidence. I think that's a big part of it.
When I go back to two defensemen to end the game, what did it take from everyone else coming together to really pull this one out?
Yeah, well, first of all, for the D that were left and had to take on so much extra, I mean, it's pretty gutsy on their parts. You're asking a lot of them, as I said, but we had forwards stepping up there. We ended up giving Trevor Moore at least one, maybe two shifts on the back, and we had a number of other guys volunteering and wanting to go. Sam Gagne was out there for a little bit, killing a penalty, no less. So it was a very interesting game, but one, of course, you're thrilled to be on the right side of.
What do you think if you got into a situation where you had to have a couple of those guys drop back? I know you've had cases where you've had a couple of defensemen go up and play forward. Who are the kind of guys on the team that would kind of be that nuclear option for you if you had to have a couple of forwards play D?
Well, Trevor Moore was the first guy that I went to. To me, he's got such good instincts and such good speed. He's competitive, but also in his first year with us here, he spent some time on defense rush in practice and was very good, very strong, very confident. So I've always kind of had that in the back of my mind, and I was actually pretty excited about the opportunity to do it, to be honest, just because I think with a player like that, he can bring a lot from the back end offensively. So it was a chance to kind of experiment with that a little bit, and we only got one shift out of it. His line was on the ice, so we put Grunstrom out there, but Morsey was on the back, so you end up with four pretty good forwards out there. So it was an interesting look, and it was fun to be able to try that, and of course, the fact that we were able to win the game at the same time.
Coach, you have a few days before your next game. What do you think you did well from today's game that you're going to carry over, and what do you think needs to be improved on?
Well, there's a lot of areas that we need to continue to work at. I thought in the second period we turned the puck over at some bad spots, and in a time where we're trying to take care of the defense and make their job a little bit easier. I thought we gave the puck back to Binghamton there and made our life harder. So that'd be an area we want to be better in for sure. But I think there's just a lot of positivity around our group right now, and we just want to make sure we keep going here. We got 2 games left of work before the Christmas break, and we're going to get some time to recover there. And based on the way things are going, we're going to need it. But it's going to be very difficult games to play against Laval. It's always a challenge to play against them. And we'll get a rest day tomorrow, but a travel day to get out there, and then we'll get back to work.
Coach, you mentioned a few of the injuries. Rosen, Liljegren's already injured, and then now you have a few game misconducts. Do you find that you might have to bring Trevor Moore to D for your next game just because of those shortages, or what are you going to have to change for your game plan?
Well, we're going to look at it first of all and see what the status of those guys is going to be beyond today. But of course, we have Subban here, and we have LeBlanc here as well. So we have options, and of course we can look at some options of bringing some Growler guys in for the weekend as well. So we'll look at things here once we get a little clear picture of what's going to happen both on forward and defense.